Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been talking to Bloomberg, saying, I don't think the solution is to buy an Mbappe. One player is not going to solve the problem at Manchester United. It will take 2 or 3 summer windows to get a better place. Since the day that Sir Alex Ferguson and former United Chief Executive David Gill retired 11 seasons ago, the net spend on players at United is £1.1 billion. And at Real Madrid, rather surprisingly, it's £200 million. Real Madrid have 7 players that are valued at over €100 million. United do not have any players over 70 million or 80 million. Real Madrid have got a better squad and have managed to rebuild the Bernabeu. And we've got, you probably saw the headline, the 3rd highest waterfall in Britain.
These are, by the way, I don't... Ineos are obviously great business people. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, people that he surrounds himself with. They made billions. They're spending well over £1 billion in Man United. And I think it's safe to say the Glazers in the end taking big dividends out of the club and, you know, increasing the debt. In a football parlance, they were pretty clueless. I'm not suggesting Ineos are clueless, but I think at the moment they're only just a little less clueless than the Glazers.
Right.
Anybody who makes the decision they made and the way they went about it with Ten Hag tells me that they really are scuttling around in the background making these last-minute decisions. And then anybody that thinks that Ineos, well, it's Sir Dave Brailsford who was involved in cycling and all that stuff. What's that got to do with football? What's that got to do with it? He was involved in all these Olympic cycling things and all these other people. They think Gareth Southgate, before this tournament, not because England have played badly for 2 games, before this tournament, everybody, almost everybody, would say, what? That's the man that you want? So it tells me at the moment that Ineos are floundering around, and while they're maybe getting the structure right behind the scenes, and that's to be commended, you know, Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada, all these people coming in and outing all the old guard, that's fine. But some of these other decisions that seem to be coming from near the top are quite baffling. If you think Gareth Southgate's the man to manage one of the biggest football clubs on the planet, and United are, who are struggling, then you're in the wrong job.
Mark, obviously these comments are honest. Are they necessary to be made public?
Well, he's quite good at identifying problems, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, isn't he? But I don't know if he's identified any solutions because, as Craig said, they've got an issue with the manager, but they've kind of not made the decision on that. They've just bottled it a little bit and just kept it going until he has a first bad patch next season. So, in some ways, he's kind of playing to the crowd of the fans. The fans will like it because he's saying what they think. But you can't say that it's going to take 2 or 3 summer windows. That's 3 years to sort Man United out. Big clubs don't wait that long. United have waited 11 years now. And big clubs that have got it right will find a way to do it in, 2 windows, a winter one and a summer one. So, yes, it's refreshing that somebody at United is actually speaking because we've not had that for nearly 20 years with the Glazers. But I do think that it's probably best to speak when you've found a solution rather than just identify the problem. I mean, have they fixed the roof yet? I mean, he talks about the waterfall there, but have they kind of put the roof tiles on? I'm not sure. So there's a lot of things going on right now. Are they going to get a new ground? Are they not going to get a new ground? They've been there for nearly 6 months, and it still feels like we're still waiting for them to actually put their stamp on things. So maybe it's time for a bit more action and less talk.
See, just because you put a lot of money in doesn't mean you know what you're doing. See Chelsea.
No, exactly. Todd Burley. Chelsea, of course, are in the hunt for Michael Alisson. It looks like, though, they will not get their man. Mark, he's going to head to Bayern Munich. Yeah,
I mean, that is a surprise, but it's a great move for Alisson. And I think Chelsea were keen, Newcastle were keen, Man United were keen on Alisson because he had an escape clause in his contract at Palace, which was worth around £50 million. So, that is a good deal to do for a player that has had a great season in the Premier League. So, when he's got Bayern Munich, he's got a great predecessor in Arjen Robben to look to, and I think he's got the kind of same sort of attributes: great left foot, scores goals, free kicks. He'll do well for Bayern Munich, and it's a loss to the Premier League because he was one of the emerging talents of the Premier League, but he's a very good player, and Bayern have got a good deal there.
Yeah, great move for Bayern, isn't it?
Great move. Great move for the player as well. Very, very talented. He's brave as well. Going playing for Bayern seems like on paper, yeah, it's natural, but to leave England and wanting to play for a Champions League club, a huge club with Vincent Kompany, I think he's very brave, but he's got some talent. He's a wonderful player to watch. He's very graceful.
Not if you're Oliver Glasner, you're not.
No, it's true, isn't it? Yeah.
You got Alisson and you got Eze, who's in the England squad, who's another terrific player, and you got young Adam Wharton, who we've talked about, beautiful young midfielder with a great future. They signed him from Blackburn. But, you know, you get the opportunity, with all respect, Crystal Palace is a decent Premier League club, but to go to Bayern, to get a move to Bayern Munich is something special.
Just a reminder to keep up to date with all the latest moves as and when they happen. Be sure to go over to our website and check out Transfer Talk.